Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a labor and delivery story. Is that what it's called? Story? Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened in my labor and delivery. So this is my son. His name is Azariah Alexander Rodriguez. He was just born 3 months ago. He's a very, very happy baby. He's a very big baby. Very big. So he has chubby cheeks, and he's really tall, and he has fat legs, and he weighs way more than 13 pounds. He actually weighed 13 pounds when he was only 2 months old. So I don't know how much he weighs now. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and let you guys know what it was like, because I know when I first learned that I was pregnant, I would look up these videos all the time because I wanted to know what to expect. I wanted to know, how other pregnancies went for women. I wanted to know how their kids are now. I just wanted to know. I needed information, and I felt like YouTube was my way of finding it, and Googling lots of things, and it was just very insightful because obviously it's your first time having a kid, and you're like, what the heck what's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna rip? Are my insides never gonna be the same? Like there's an alien coming out of me. And I remember in health class, you watch a horror story of some lady giving birth, and it just looks so nasty, and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is so disgusting. This is gonna happen to me. I'm gonna have a baby, a human coming out of me. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I feel really, really weird, and I don't want anybody looking down there, and really awkward. I had those questions, girl. What to expect? How am I gonna feel? I just have lots of questions. Yeah, that's right, puppy. You just have lots of questions that you want answers for, and that's perfectly okay. So where to begin? So I gave birth to him December 29th at 10:32, something like that. So I gave birth to him, and before I even went into the hospital, I was as big as a house. Okay, as big as a house. I'll insert a picture, but I was literally as big as a house. I didn't get any stretch marks till I was like 8 months, and I thought I wasn't gonna have any. I was like, yes, girl, I'm the chosen few. I am lucky. But what I have really isn't that bad. I have maybe like 10. It's really not that bad. So I have a couple stretch marks from the baby. It's expected. It's expected. You're giving birth to a child. Like, I know at first I would listen to other girls and they're like, you're giving birth to a child, they're your stripes, oh my goodness, you have to embrace them, and whatever. And I'm just like, no. No. But literally as soon as you have your kid, like, everything changes. Like, you're like, yes. Of course there's some days that I'm like, why? But you look at your son or your daughter and you're like, that's why. It makes it worth it. So before I was even in the hospital, they actually, okay, girls, they're gonna stick their hands in your stuff, okay? Mind you, this was the first time I went to the gynecologist too, okay? So this was the first time I went to the gynecologist, and ever in my entire life. My mom never took me. My stepmom never took me. She never took me to the gynecologist. So this was my very first time. So it was kind of awkward, but I got over it, okay? Because they put like this little sheet over you, and they're talking to you at the same time, and it honestly made me feel so comfortable. I'm like, all right, cool, that's what's up. Done. But so I went in there and they checked me to see how far dilated I was. And when they check you to see how dilated you are, they stick their fingers in your stuff. So they go all the way up there. That's so that they can feel the baby's head to see exactly where it's at. So they checked it. I was only like 3 centimeters dilated. That's absolutely nothing. So they're like, okay, we're gonna send you home, and then we'll give you a couple days, and we come back, then we'll check you. I was already past my due date. His due date was supposed to be on Christmas. So I came back on like the 26th. I came back of December, and then he was like, you know what, you're already past due, we can induce you now. Come to the hospital on this day. It was like at 7 something in the morning, And yeah, so I went over there and I immediately started being induced. So they hooked me up to morphine and Pitocin. So I was taking Pitocin and morphine, and they started, you know, trying to induce me. So while I was being induced, it worked for a little bit. Then it gave me 2 centimeters more. So instead of being like 2, I was at 4, but they needed to get me all the way to like 10 or 8 at least. So then after that, you know, I was good. I was eating, I was hanging out, like I was like, all right, whatever, chilling, you know. Then they come in and they stick then they come in after that, right? After them giving me the Pitocin and the morphine. The Pitocin is what's helping you to be induced. The morphine is what's helping you to ease the pain, right? So it's like an epidural, but it's not as strong as an epidural. So, so they gave me the morphine and the Pitocin. So I got like 2 centimeters. So they were like, okay, so they upped my Pitocin to see if it could do any more. And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm cool. Like, this isn't gonna hurt because I got the morphine, you know, I'm chilling. I didn't feel no pain. They upped that Pitocin. I said, I need something. This is hurting me. Like, hello. When I first went in there, I thought I'm gonna have a natural birth. I'm gonna breastfeed. I'm going to do everything correct. I did it as though it is something that needed to be done. I felt like it's something that was empowering to women to do, to give birth naturally, to be able to say, yeah, I gave birth to my son 100% on me. I felt like that was an accomplishment for just women in general, that were able to give birth without any pain, without like any pain management assistant, without, you know, anything, just to be natural. And I really thought that would be an achievement, you know. But realistically speaking, and I was talking to my gyno, and he was like, listen, let's be realistic, because I'm a realistic person. He's like, are you still planning to go natural even though I am inducing you? And I said, I'm up for anything. And the reason why I said I'm up for anything is because he is making you have contractions. Okay, so he's giving you Pitocin to give you like false contractions so that the real one can start. That's what he's trying to do. So obviously those contractions are going to be much more painful than if you were having them naturally. And obviously it's going to hurt more than what my body can probably take. So I said, I'm up for anything. So when the pain got too much, yes, I asked for an epidural. Am I ashamed of it? No, girl. No. Okay. So they upped the Pitocin, and I was in killer pain. When I tell you killer pain, like, I was like pain, like, it's so, you can't even describe the pain. It's like cramps plus a stomach ache plus like you got kicked in your stomach plus like you just like everything. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest, but it just felt just like bad. So I'm leaning and I'm crying and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I would fall asleep, and then the contractions would wake me up, and that's how I was throughout the whole night. Then after they figured, you know, you're not dilating. They figured, you know, you're not dilating anymore, so we're gonna have to do something else. So they stuck like this little balloon looking thing in me. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but they stuck that little balloon. It's like picture a straw. Okay, picture a straw, and then picture like a pea, like a pea or a seed stuck in the straw, stuck in the straw. You're gonna see that it's thin, and then that bump, and then the rest of it is thin. That's exactly what it looked like. So they put me on that. They put me in that. They stuck it all up in there. They also stuck up a bag in me. I had a bag the entire time. So they stuck the straw in. They stuck a bag in me so I could pee in there. And yeah, I couldn't eat anything. They said, you're not allowed to eat. You can't do anything. So I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, you can have liquids. That's all you can have. It's like, okay. So that's what I did. I had apple juice and water, and that's all I had. So while that's happening, the pain was just like super killer, you guys. Like super killer. So I'm over here in pain, and you know where my husband is? I'm here in pain. My husband was there. He was there with me, yes. He was laying on the couch, sleeping. And I'm in pain. And I'm crying out to him that I am in pain. I'm like, I'm in pain. Help me. And he's over there on the couch. And I had an apple juice. You know the apple juice they give you like in school? It's like a little plastic little circle thing looking, and then it has like the little, it's like plastic like this, and then it has like, it kind of looks like aluminum foil over it with the logo, and then you just stick a straw in it. Well, that's what I had, and I already drank the juice that was in it, and I was so upset, and I'm like, babe, I'm crying my eyeballs out. I'm in so much pain. I just wanted him to comfort me, and I'm like, babe, you're so stupid, you don't hear me. And I'm crying, and I grabbed the little empty carton of apple juice, and I go and I threw with all might that I had in me, because I wanted him to wake up, and he was not listening to me. And I threw it, and it just fell straight to the floor, and I just started bawling somewhere, and I'm like, you so stupid, you don't hear me calling you, you stupid. And I'm in pain, and he's a dead man sleeping. And I'm just like, oh man, what the heck, must be nice. So I'm going through it, and then he finally wakes up, and I'm like, babe, please, just rub my hair, please. When I would feel the contractions, I'm like, please, I needed my mind to be distracted. I needed some type of distraction. Not talking. You couldn't talk to me. I'm like, don't talk to me. Just rub me. So he would go and he would rub my hair. You know how sometimes you rub somebody's hair, you know, you're rubbing their hair, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Like, it's okay, babe, it's all right. You're going to be okay. No, that is not how this man rubbed my hair. He was like, like that, literally the whole night. Every time I called him, which had to be like 20 times I called him to come and rub my hair. And that's how he rubbed my hair. Literally after I gave birth, which was the next day, I literally had a whole knot. My whole head was knotted because I didn't brush my hair. I was in the hospital for like 3 days, and I didn't get a chance to brush my hair at all. I was too busy being induced the whole time. So I literally had like the worst knot ever. So anyway, they stick that stuff in you. Only liquids the entire time. So that's what I did. So after that, they were like, okay, cool. So after they took it out, because they had to leave that overnight. They could only leave it overnight. After they took it out, they left me up Pitocin there in the room for a little bit, to help me help my body to kind of do it the rest itself. So after that, listen, girl, I felt like I had to take a dump, okay? Like, I felt like I had to take a dump, and I was only 6 centimeters dilated. They were trying to give me the 8 or 10. Remember, I told you. I was 6 centimeters dilated. I went in there at 2 or 3, and I was finally at 6. It took two days. So after that, they went and they took it out of me, like I said, and I was in so much pain after they took it out. Like, I was like, okay, cool. But I felt like I had to poop. Like, that's what I felt like. So I called the nurse, because they give you a button, and I'm like, I really have to use the bathroom. I have to poop. I don't know what's wrong. I have to poop. I feel like I have to poop. And she's like, okay, fine. And I'll give you a bucket. If you need help cleaning you up, just let me know. I'm like, no, I'm okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks so much. Because they were comfortable. Every time, like every hour they would come in, they would tap my knees. They would open up my hoo-ha to check how it's looking down there. Everything is good. Come fluff up the pillows, ask me questions, how's the baby? Then you have monitors on your belly because they need to monitor the baby's heart rate. That thing was horrible. I could not sleep with that thing on. And then I was stuck up to the IVs and stuff still. And then after that, I just felt like I had to take a poop, dude. I felt like I had to take a poop. Like, I literally felt like I had to take a poop. So I felt like I had to take a poop. I asked the lady. She was like, do you need help? I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you so much. And she's like, all right, cool. So I went, pooped in the pan. Nothing came out. I'm like, yo, I gotta poop. Like, I feel like I have to poop. And then the nurse comes in, and I'm like, yo, like, I feel like I have to push. And she's like, you have to push. And I'm like, yeah, like, I feel like I have to push. Like, I feel like he's ready to come out. Like, I have to push. And she's like, well, I don't know, honey, because you're only 6 centimeters dilated. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I feel like I have to push. And she's like, all right, let me ask, one of the doctors if it's okay for you to push. And she comes back and she's like, no, they said it's not okay for you to push. And I'm like, but I have to push. And she's like, well, they're telling me you can't push. And I'm like, well, I'm pushing. She's like, okay, well, honey, you go ahead and push if you feel like you have to push. And I said, yes, I have to push. So I started pushing. She came back 2 minutes later and she's like, in a minute, she's looking at my stuff. And she's like, oh, she calls the doctor. She's like, my girl's ready over here. She's ready. She's crowning. And they were like, really? So one of the doctors that were on call came and she was like, all right, you're doing good. Just keep pushing. So I kept pushing. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, because you have a doctor. Yeah, puppy. You have a doctor that's there. And you're gynecologist, you've been seeing the whole time. So obviously I just have this strange lady looking at my hoo-ha. Not that I care, but I'm just like, I wanted my real doctor there because, they know me. They know what's up. So she finally got there. At first they were like, oh, she's at the office. She's coming in 5 minutes. 5 minutes passed. I'm like, where's my doctor? Where's my doctor? And then the nurses kept leaving the door open because they were coming in and out. And I'm like, please close the door. Please close the door. Please close the door. Please. Because I was in so much pain, but I'm still trying to be nice. I'm like, please close the door. Please close the door. So then my husband was holding one leg and my mother-in-law was holding another leg. You okay? Are you okay? Yeah. So my mother-in-law was holding one leg. My husband was holding another. And I just started pushing like nobody's business. Then my doctor finally gets here and I'm like, word. Now I could really feel comfortable in pushing. So I started pushing. And I told my husband, I'm like, I need water. Give me water. I need water. And he got me water. But he was moving so slow, you guys. I don't know if it's just me, but everything he was doing was just irritating me. He was moving so slow. And I'm like, pero con ánimo, bendito, con ánimo. And in Spanish, that means like, yo, like, put some pep in your step. Like, put some pep in your step. That's basically what I was telling him. And he looked at me like, really? And then his mom was like, hey. And he was like, I know. Because obviously I'm in pain. He was moving so slow. Like, he was literally like those love scenes. And I'm like, bro, let's go. So finally got the water and I'm pushing. And then the baby came out. And when I tell you that was the best feeling ever, man, if you ever had to use the bathroom, you ever got to do number 2 and you holding that thing all day you holding that thing. And I mean, you're at work, okay? And you're at work, I don't know, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and you holding that thing in because you don't want to go in that nasty bathroom till you come home. Oh man, that's what it felt like. Woo! Relief. I said, oh, that feels so much better. As soon as I was done, I was like, oh, that feels so much better. So then I had my baby, and I was super excited. They gave him to me. They gave me chest to chest. He looked like a swollen little alien because he was so white and pale, and he was long. And I was like, oh my goodness. When he came out, I was like, oh my goodness, because he was so swollen. I was like, oh. But I was happy though because he was finally out and he was healthy and everything was okay. And yeah, he was born, and I was super excited about it. He was what? 8.2 ounces, and I was super excited. He was a very, very good baby. He's still a good baby. Look, literally, I stopped one time, you guys. I stopped recording one time to get his little bobito here, and he's just literally, you guys, he's a good baby. I stopped one time to come get his bobo and his little spit blanket, and he's just hanging out. So I can't complain. I really can't complain. Then I was there for a little bit, to recuperate, and they let you know what's up, and then that was it. Got to go home with my baby. Oh, and you guys, he's like 3 months and he goes, Mama. But yeah, that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. It was pretty awesome though. Yeah. Those nurses are your best friend, you guys. Like, those nurses are your best friend. They're the MVP. Oh, and after you give birth, girl, they gonna give you them ice packs. For your hoo-ha. Girl, don't play. Don't you play. Don't sleep on it. You put that on. Don't sleep on it. You need to put that on. Okay. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. It was a beautiful day today. I thank you guys for spending some time with me. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to see. And remember, get us to 4K. And I'm going to do that giveaway of some DESI Perkins shades. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. And God bless. Peace. Say bye, you guys. Say like and subscribe to see my face. Say like and subscribe to see my face. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.